today is plant a terrarium. We have a couple of examples of ones that we've already planted, but we're going to start a new one from scratch. The first thing you'll need to do is choose your container. This one is a globe, and this one here is a short square. What we're going to use today, though, is a tall square. Other things you will need are soil, some mosses, rocks for drainage and soil covering, and of course plants. It's important that you choose plants that have the same type of needs, such as sun and water. The first thing that you're going to want to add is gravel. Gravel will be what you use to add some drainage into your terrarium. You can use big rocks, such as these, or you can use small river gravel, which is what I'm using. Once you have your gravel in there evenly, the next thing you want to add is charcoal. Charcoal is important to use because it will actually filter the water so that your terrarium doesn't have an odor later. The one thing to remember about charcoal is that it's usually pretty dusty, so you may even want to wear a mask, but I keep a water bottle on hand to spray it down with. And it doesn't take a lot, but you want it to cover the rocks. The next thing you're going to add is sheet moss. And sheet moss is actually will add a barrier between your soil and the charcoal and rocks to keep the soil from seeping down into your rocks. Now that you have a nice layer of sheet moss, you can start adding your soil. And you'll just add a little bit at first and then more as you need it. Now I've added a little bit of soil in. I'm going to go ahead and start adding my plants. I have a maidenhair fern here. It's actually the largest plant that I have to use today. So I'm going to add that in first and kind of bring the soil up to it. Okay, now that I have the maidenhair in, I can start adding some of my smaller plants. And I just have a collection of small tropicals with different colors and sizes. And I just kind of rearrange to get an idea of what they'll look like. Now once I have those into place, I'll just add more soil so that they're evenly planted with the fern. Okay, once you have your plants arranged the way that you would like them, the next step is you want to go ahead and just water a little bit, just to kind of wash the residual soil off of your plants and kind of down the edge. Now be careful not to add too much water because remember there's no holes on the bottom of your container. Okay, once you've watered in, you can start adding a few finishing touches. One of the things I've decided to do today is to use a piece of driftwood just to kind of stick it in here as an accent piece, just to give some height to the composition. And then I'm also going to use a tillandsia. This is a tillandsia. It's also called an air plant. Doesn't require a lot of water or any soil. And this one will fit nicely in this crack here. So I just and you can use on tillandsia, you can actually use hot glue or wire to get them placed. And then when you water your tillandsia, you'll just mist it a few times a week. Okay, so I've placed that. And now we can go ahead and cover the soil. Today I'm going to use white riverstone. You can use moss, bark, gravel, anything that you like. Okay, once you have all of your rocks arranged like you like them, the last thing to do is to give it one last water in. There you have it. You've now created your own terrarium. Just to keep up with it, you want to make sure that you water it regularly, but not too much. Keep an eye on the soil. If it looks dry, it is dry. You could also stick your finger in, and if you do not get soil back, it's definitely time to water. Enjoy your terrarium.